Sup, my precious students, and welcome back to another What If. This time, okay, we're freshening things up. We're like making things new. The 500 sub special, by the way, will come soon. Like, I'm working on it. It takes a long time. It's like a big video with like some not effects, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm blending in characters and shit. It takes a long time to like edit a whole 1.5 hour video. So yeah, and that will come soon after this video, or maybe something in between. I don't know, but it will take a bit long, just so that you know. But this time we're doing Karna Reincarnation. If you don't know who Karna is, he is from Fate Apocrypha. He is the Lancer of Black, I think. He should be the Lancer of Black. So yeah, Karna is a Lancer from Fate. So his magic abilities, you could say, is like a mana burst. It basically just means that he has like some elemental magic, and he has flame elemental magic. He also has has multiple noble phantasms. Yeah, he has three noble phantasms. So yeah, no, he's the Lance of Red. Okay, he's the Lance of Red. Good. So his noble phantasms. First is like high defense. It like basically makes him vulnerable. It's Kavacha and Kondula. This is his first no phantasm. It's like an armor that he always wears, and it just basically makes him untouchable, which is kind of broken, I know, but yeah. So then there's Brahmastra. Brahmastra is it's a bit complicated no phantasm. It's like basically like a skill, you could say. So basically you can shoot out a projectile which can like variate on like what it does and shit, but in the show he used it to like make a big explosion with a projectile. That's how he used it. He also has his last phantasm, Vasavi Shakti, which makes it that he uses up all his defense and just one shots. Okay, it just basically how it works. So basically he just loses like his invulnerability, and you know, he just one shots someone. Okay, that's how it works. But this invulnerability is obviously not forever. It just like takes it takes a bit to like, regain. This is basically just a one shot. Okay, it just kills anyone. Okay. So let's start with the word. So a boy with not green hair but with silver hair is born into the world. This is obviously Izuku Midoriya, who you know has white hair. His parents obviously think, why does he have white hair? It's like completely different from like what we have. You know? They don't understand it quite, and so they just say it's like a mutation or just like different. It can happen that a child has different hair color than you. It's just pretty rare, you know? So yeah, this is just like I wanted to say before we get into the real stuff. Okay, so we skip ahead to the quirk doctor, and Izuku and his mom go there. They go to the quirk doctor. He like takes the samples and sits down with Izuku and his mom. So he starts saying, he shows them the paper of the bones, starts saying, I'm sorry for you and your child, but it seems like Aizuku Midoriya doesn't have a quirk. You can see it, well, because there are a few bones that are not missing here. That means that he probably doesn't have a quirk. And obviously, Aizuku directly bursts into I want to say laughter, but he obviously cries because his dream of becoming a hero could not be fulfilled. So every day he goes to school and gets bullied by Vaku. But on one fateful day, he gets bullied like every time, and Baku just showing off his cool quirk and shit, But one day, Deku, like his body feels pretty warm, and when Bakugo tries like punching Deku, not really punching, but like hitting him, like you give him like a light knock, So he like tried to do that, but like Deku feels warm. Something's warming up inside of him. So Deku burst into fire, and he's like, "What? Am I burning? Am I gonna die?" So he's like, he already like fought his life. So Bakugo is obviously shocked. He's like, "What the hell is happening here? Like flames? Where did it come from? It's like a villain attacking." And he obviously doesn't want Deku to die, but he can't really do much because like the flames are lighting him up. But then the flames disappear, and Deku stands there, unharmed, untouched. Nothing really happened to him. And Baku was like, "You have a quirk?" Deku just looks onto the ground and just sees like the floor being burned down and him like being all fine. And Deku just stutters. I think so. And the kids and Bakugo just run away because they can't really bully him now, and he's strong. He has they think he has a fire quirk. So Deku is just shocked about this, but he then hears a voice in his head just saying, "Oh, I see." Deku just thinks like he's hallucinating because like the fire and all the shock, he awakened his quirk. It's like maybe that's normal. He doesn't know. So he just the days pass just like normal. Like he doesn't even like he tries to like use the quirk, but he can't seem to really do it. On one day though, he went to the beach and he was thinking like, how can I use this? So he thinks to himself and he's just like, how can I use this? And suddenly a name appeared in his head. Brahmaster. And he was like, Brahmaster? Suddenly a projector shoots out of his eye, kind of, it shoots out of him. So this projector launches, he's at the beach, so it launches into the sea and just makes a gigantic explosion. The water splashes up, it rains down on Deku. It's pretty huge. But luckily, there was no one else at the beach, like most of the times. So no one saw it, and he was like, oh my god, I really do have a quirk. And he's so happy, he runs home and tells his mom, he's like, Mom, I really do have a quirk. And she's obviously happy for him, and she smiles and it's like, what quirk do you have? And he's like, yeah, I seem to have like a fire quirk. And she's just so happy because, it's similar to his father's quirk. He could breathe fire, if I remember right. So yeah, she's pretty happy, and there's things maybe like the doctor could maybe like he said it's unlikely that he will get a quirk because he's like late and shit, So yeah, obviously. So the years pass and Deku like tries to use this power, but he like notices that this power that he used was not fire, because it just made an explosion from a projectile. It wasn't really fire. So he like tries to use the fire and kind of gets it done. So he gets it done so he can use fire, basic fire magic. So he just like tries to figure out what he can use, but he can't really like control it much and shit. So the years pass. He like tries to use it a bit, and yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And wait, one thing. He like one day he just fell asleep. He saw a person with long silver hair, with like a cape like in reddish, with like golden armor, and he seemed pretty cool. He looked pretty cool, you know. So he just asked, who are you? And he answered to him and was like, my name is Karna, and you seem to be my reincarnation. And Deku was just like, what reincarnation? What do you mean? He answers and then with like, I don't know for sure what happened, but it seems that you got my powers. And Deku's just like, oh, that's cool, right? And Kana's like, yeah, it's cool for you. So he's like, he just talks to Deku like for a while. He just explains where he comes from, that he was a legendary hero, I think from Indian mythology. I don't know if he was a hero, but he was like yeah, he was a hero. He was known as a great and vulnerable hero of the Indian epic Mahabharata. So yeah, he just was a great hero of Hindu mythology. That's where that's where it came from, and it just explains like what happened to him like a bit, explains the story, and that he participated in a great holy war for the Holy Grail. So yeah, he just explains like what happened, and Deku's just like shocked, because Deku's still pretty young and he has to take this on, and he's like, that's crazy, and basically Deku's just shocked. He doesn't know what to answer, but he's pretty happy that he like has the power to fight back. So basically Karna just explains to him that he is that he just has these powers that he can use. He explains him that he should fight with a spear, and he just explains that. So he's like, yeah, you can use all these things, all this magic, and so Deku's like, his face is like really happy. He's like smiling all over. Deku's obviously like, he's really happy for and really grateful that he finally has the power to become a hero. And obviously Karna, he wants to help him, because he was also a hero. So obviously he sees this child who's really happy to have powers, and he thinks to himself, yeah, why not? I mean, like, I have nothing else to do, and I was a hero myself, so maybe like, let's have this childish dream. So yeah, he just basically explains it, and he also asked Deku if he like had some kind of like he named like his three like Kavacha and Kandala, the Brahmastra and Wasabi Shakti if he ever heard those names, and Deku is like, yeah, I've heard Brahmastra, and he's like, oh, so so you already know one of my noble phantasms. Deku's just like, noble phantasms? Kind of just explains to him like what his noble phantasm is, and just says the names to him, and so yeah, that's they say bye to each other. Maybe they say, well, maybe we'll see each other again, and if not, then he just sends him back, saying goodbye for if they ever meet again. Okay, so Deku wakes up and he's just like, what the hell just happened? Like I spoke to a person, I don't even know what's happening. So he was like, he was himself, and he thought like, yeah, Kavacha and Kandala. He just said the name. Suddenly, like, his armor. He has like a very light armor. It's just almost not seeable, but you like see these golden, what do you call it? These golden. There's like golden things on his chest, which just basically, I think those are his armor. I'm not sure like 100%, but he basically like has like these golden, how you call them, maybe spikes or like shards appear on his chest with like the red ruby in the middle, and also like his whole armor set basically. It's not really armor, it's like you know what I mean, okay? And he's just like, wow, this is really cool. And Deku, he's just smiling straight up. He just has the brightest smile you ever seen in your life. And he says like he tries to think about it, and the armor disappears. He's like, it's really cool. And like Karna told him that this armor basically gives him invulnerability. Basically, it just protects him the whole time. Just really good. So yeah. Then we will skip to the day where Deku would get attacked by Sludge, and Sludge comes up from behind and actually gets to attack him. He grabs around him, and Deku is just not having it. He is not having it. So he just doesn't want him there. So basically what he does is he just says, "Oh, Agni!" and he lights up in a giant flame pillar. This massive basically explosion almost with flame. It just lights up the whole street. There's no one there, so it doesn't really matter. And it just straight up kills Satya. It's just straight up dead. It's not even there, It just gets disintegrated, and he's obviously fine because he's fine. Yeah. Yeah. He just straight up killed the Sludge villain. So yeah, this all happens, and obviously All Might doesn't need to help Deku because why would he need to? So the All Might successor, we never know who it is. We never know. So 10 months pass, and Deku is just like, okay. He just thinks to himself, okay, maybe I should like use a weapon. And he reminds him, he thinks to himself what kind of weapon Karna used, and he remembers that he had a golden spear. So he thinks about the golden spear, and it suddenly just appears in his hand. He's like, wow, okay, that was pretty easy. So he basically trains his fighting skills for about 10 months, because he doesn't really need to train his magic. He knows most of the stuff. He already knows the main fire magic that Karna used, which is O Agni, which he just used. So yeah, he just trains his spearsmanship for 10 months and gets pretty good. I have to admit, he gets pretty good at his skills with the spear. So this is where I'll be ending this what if. I think this was like a bit better for you to like listen to. I changed the style of which I write like my bullets points down for my what ifs. I have like more details on it, and I think this like kind of format is better for what ifs, and it just makes it feel more comfortable to listen to. So I guess I will see you in the next what if. Maybe it's a special, maybe it's part 2 of Karna. I am really enjoying this series so far, so yeah. See you next time.